Welcome to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
I'm Rebecca Plum, your big sister.
And I'm Shaun Surha, your GBF.
We're not that hot or that young.
But we believe it's a state of mind that helps us build adaptable and profitable businesses.
We rely on the support of our design besties to get through each day.
So let's explore the emotional, practical, and humorous sides of being interior designers.
Welcome to the club.
Hey, Shaun.
What's up, Rebecca?
It's that time of year, hotties.
Just stop. Our favorite series ever.
I hope I'm feeling feisty enough today.
Okay, I'm going to get you riled up a little bit.
Okay.
You can always count on me to do that for you.
I know. And we're doing something a little bit different this time, too.
Oh, yeah. We asked Hotties for their submissions to Just Stop. So we're very excited to be able to share a couple of those with you in the episode.
Yeah, because a lot of you have always said, oh, I have some. And I got to say, though, I think hotties need to just stop saying they wish they could contribute and then they don't actually contribute. Because not very many did.
You're not wrong. And I think it's that observation of sometimes we're louder like in the quiet parts of the internet than we are out loud. So
right.
I would say, like, yeah, stop like lurking in the corners if you want to share something and have your voice be heard. I think we haven't even done this episode yet, but I still feel very confident that we're going to want to do this again and get submissions from hotties. So
yeah, hopefully
we'll keep the submission form.
Some submissions. Okay. And just so you know, we'll keep the submission form up, but you can be anonymous. So we have different levels of anonymity that you can choose, and we will respect that. Because sometimes you want to be a little bit shisty.
Yeah, we did let some of the hotties decide whether they even wanted to say just their first name or anything about themselves. And so we're only sharing what they told us we can share. So that way, any of you listening who are going to submit, you know how that rolls. But yeah, I'm always feeling feisty. It's a Monday, so I'm kind of like...
Yeah, we're recording this on a Monday.
Itching.
Yeah, I just feel like bitching, so let's make it, hopefully I'll make it fun.
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start?
I like to. Okay, this one came up, and I don't know why I was looking at websites, or we were looking at a website or something, and this one just came to me of, I think it's time to just stop the like barefoot photo shoot of it all. Like your profile photo or your headshot photo is like, look at me, I'm casual and laid back, but I'm like also a boss bitch who has her feet like bare in the office. Like it's a weird, like.
Well, but isn't it also like the Gen Zers? It's like a huge ick, right? Like my daughter, who is 10, by the way, is like, ew, don't show your feet on the internet. Some like pedo's gonna, I don't know, she said, I don't know what she said exactly.
That is a concern.
There is weird, fetishy people.
There are feet
like
people on the internet.
But like, what are they gonna do? I don't know.
I've personally never connected with the feet out thing on my like professional photos. I get it. It's like, how do we signal to people that we're casual and laid back, but also get stuff done? Like, what else can they do other than being barefoot in their photos?
Put on booties over their shoes.
Little socky, little grippy socks.
I'm respectful. I know.
Yeah.
Well, the whole shoe and foot thing, like, there's so many cultural hoops to jump through with that. Like, it can be highly offensive to some to show your bare feet. It can be highly offensive to others to be wearing shoes in a house. So it is kind of tricky. Like, maybe just crop your feet. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. I have never thought to myself,
waist up only.
Like where else would you accept that? I don't know that there's. I really don't know that like in an
professional
industry. Yeah, like I don't think I would ever see an architect with barefoot photos, and maybe they exist, but like, oh no, you already know one, or
no, that just sounded absurd. Like
it sounds weird.
Yeah. It sounded
like Frank Gehry isn't going to be barefoot in denim.
No, it's
on a
definitely
photo.
giving like quirky, eccentric in other contexts. Like, I think we've accepted it because so many people do it. But in
Yeah.
another context, like,
It's weird.
I mean, yeah,
I think it's like
it
an
is.
elevating, like, let's elevate
Well,
ourselves to like something
shoes
like
to being
to
shod. To
to being
shodness.
shooed. Is being shod a thing?
Yeah, shod is
SHOD?
the it's like horses are shod. I don't know how I
Not
know that.
shooed?
Mm-mm.
I don't know
Unshod
that
is
I've
like a
ever
term for being unshoed.
I don't I don't know that I've ever heard that word. I'm like literally like trying to recall if I ever would have had a tense where I've used that, and I feel like we would just describe like because my aunt was a Western style horse
Shoeless.
rider, and she would just say they're getting their shoes changed, or what the farrier?
Isn't
What
getting
she'd be like, oh, the
shod a
farrier's
thing?
coming. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's a
So if you're
term. I
wearing
don't know
shoes,
in
you're a
related
shoddy. Hotties with shotties, like
shoddy hottie.
yeah.
Or you're an unshod hottie.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's also I think I don't know if I guess I've talked about it on the show about that designer that I saw give a talk at a conference I was at, and she was redoing her whole personal brand and her imagery, and part of that was her profile picture, obviously, or her headshot, and she showed a side by side, and the before was her casual with her glasses and her like kind of button down flannel shirt and no shoes, casual in the kitchen she designed. And then like her level up was like full boss bitch, like beautiful suit in front of this gorgeous custom cabinetry. Maybe
Yeah.
arms crossed in front of her. I don't know. That might be me just making that up.
You might be
But
making that up.
wearing shoes. Like, but
Wearing
it
shoes.
was
Imagine.
it definitely elevated because she was trying to elevate her clientele. So it did like we think of people not wearing shoes as not being elevated. And I know that was kind of the point, but yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's tired. Maybe it's a tired trend.
It's like it's turned into like a weird trope now almost of like the barefoot business person it's a sign that they are like creative but
Unapproachable.
casual. Yeah, like I think there's other ways we can imply that. And
Because if you saw someone unshod walking down the sidewalk, not approachable. Like I'm not approaching that
no, I'm
person
going to
probably.
avoid I mean,
There's unhinged is part of it.
wait, have you seen the discourse online of Australians being barefoot in like convenience stores and on the street? And like apparently this is a well-documented normal thing. I know we have Australian hotties. I know it's not a large contingent, but like someone can someone fill me in? Like, is
Pipe
this
in.
common or is this just like when I go to like a small beach
Well, it's been a beach
there
community that
that
would
makes
be.
sense.
So maybe is
But
it beach community related in
well,
Australia?
maybe, but TikTok gives me the impression that there are unshod people commonly walking
Willy-nilly.
around like what's the term? Like bogan is I think a term for kind of like an accent that's a little like less refined in I think that's the
Like
impression I
less
gather from
posh?
Australians.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard
So
that.
anyway, I don't need to go down the path of unshoed.
In Australia?
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, okay, that's
that's
not
my
on my
just out.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Okay, and, like okay, so mine, like, you had put in some of these notes, like, that's kind of like a millennial thing too, you think? And
Yeah.
honestly, I have been thinking about this millennialism of it all, and I think it's so funny. When I was first kind of early in my career in, like, the coffee and wine industry,
Mhm.
like, capturing millennials was, like, the hot ticket, like, because they were
Yeah.
young, like, this was when millennials were in their early 20s, and so it was, like, getting away from boomers. No one ever thinks about Gen X because we don't exist, but, skipped right
They
over
just
us.
skipped
It's
right over.
always
Whatever we do for millennials, maybe it'll attract some Gen X, but who cares? Like,
or like, "Oh, yeah, those guys." But so I always think of millennials, and I think a lot of, like, older people and boomers do, as being the young up and comers, but they're actually
uh-huh.
the young to mid 40s now. They are the
Yeah.
homeowners and kind of the new boomers. and not really known as being the hip, cool ones anymore. No offense. I love
Yes.
all of my millennial friends, which is most everyone I know. But there are some definite things where you see millennials not getting with the times, like the kind of stuck in your ways or like the tell indicators of when you started using the internet, right?
Like everything was still loading still when you first started on the internet, or things didn't work,
Yeah,
or
or like I do think the younger generations, like, because you and I are on TikTok constantly, so we see and hear a lot of this, and they're
yes.
very subtle markers, and it's like the Gen Zers basically making fun of all the older generations, millennials included, and all these little quirks and annoying things that now, like, I've inherited, like the millennial pause, for instance.
Yeah.
I noticed so we have a VA who helps us with a lot of stuff. Thanks, Sarah. She edits, like, our little Instagram videos and stuff, and I saw one where, like, the millennial pause or I texted her, I'm like, "Hey, can you make sure you edit out this millennial pause because it's embarrassing?" And she's like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "How do you not know what that is?" And then I realized, like, I spend too much time on TikTok, but in case you don't know, you'll see it constantly. It's
Yes.
when usually a millennial-aged person starts doing a selfie video, and you see their eyes staring, waiting a couple beats for the recording to start, and their, like, eyes kinda, like, focus, and then they start talking. And it's,
Yeah.
like, 3 to 5 seconds sometimes, which is an
It feels like a long
eternity.
time when you're like, imagine if like, this is how I think of it. When a TV show would stop and then sometimes there would be like a lag where the commercial wouldn't start playing right away. And if it went on
Right.
just even a fraction too long, you'd be like, what's going on? What's wrong? What happened?
Channels
Like
change too.
you would look up from your whatever
Yeah.
you weren't paying attention to TV. When you notice it's dark and black or nothing's happening, you go, well, what's going on here? And it's like, we live in an era where that doesn't have to make it to air. That can be cut or you just
Well,
start
dead
talking. Like,
air, even back in the day, is like a watching killer, like, no one wants to
correct.
hear dead air. So
Right.
that's one thing. It's definitely an indicator of I'm new to technology, like, it's just kind
Yes.
of embarrassing and unnecessary. So, just what you need to do is just stop not editing that first couple seconds of your video. You can do the millennial pause, like, I wait like, before we record, we wait 5 to 10 seconds to make sure the audio is all aligned, but then it
Yeah.
gets edited so that you can just, like, start listening, because that's
Correct.
really annoying.
Because that's what you
So
need to do.
'cause that's what you need to do to get people to listen and not swipe, like, "Oh god, they don't get it, swipe."
They don't get it. They're not cool enough, whatever it is. Yeah.
Which I
All the
know this
things.
sounds like snotty, but
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
it's giving stuck in time.
it is giving stuck in time. And then, yeah, I think it's time for the millennial behaviors. This is totally separate. I won't go too far, but Rebecca and I have spent a lot of time talking about aging and like when does it become like you're just putting your head in the sand or isolating yourself and choosing like to sit there and watch somebody like who should have understood how to use a phone or a computer and they just like refuse to learn and like don't want to continue. I just think we unfortunately don't work in an industry that can afford to put your head down and not pay attention. Like we watched that never work out. The designers who wanted to pretend the internet wasn't going to do a lot of stuff. Hello, it did. Like
Right.
pretending that learning how to do computer aided programs or some
AI.
level of graphic or AI, like just pretending it's not there or like I'll
I
catch up
don't
on it
like
when it
it.
happens. Imagine you were still using a typewriter when everyone was already you're like 3 generations of computers in starting to just word process on a computer and you're like, "Well, I guess now I'll learn to stop using." It's the curve gets worse the longer you wait. So there is like a you don't have to be an early adopter, but at some point we need to grow and adapt as people, but also as designers and creatives. So,
But just enough because the tidal wave of technology, it goes so fast and it will overwhelm you to where
Yeah.
you feel like you can't wade in anymore. And if you're like 42, girl, that's way too early to like not know what's happening.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I agree. And I know I am like hyper kind of aware of this issue because I am turning 50. My daughter is 10, like a huge age gap.
Uh-huh.
Like if I like let things slip and don't really have any kind of pulse, I'm fucked. Like she's gonna just run right
You're
over
gonna
me
yeah, you'll be written off. Yeah.
and she won't tell me stuff or I won't get it. So there's still gonna be a lot of that. Like I know, but I at least need like some
You need a base
understanding.
level. Agreed.
So I think the first step is just awareness that it happens to all of us. Don't worry, we're all gonna have blind spots, but just like see,
Mhm,
do you have a
mhm.
blind spot in some of these areas? And yeah, maybe it's time to change your hair. Although
Change
I don't give a shit if you have a center part or a side part. I think that's so stupid. Do what works for your
Oh, I don't
face.
even
Like
get into that
that's like
discourse.
a whole different like millennial discourse thing. But
Oh, yeah, that's gonna take us way off
no,
track
we're
for
not doing
sure.
that. But just like do what works for you. Find ways. So
I like it.
okay.
Sorry, that took
So
us a little
now
bit down the path.
that's what we do. Okay, we're gonna jump into a hottie. So this submission is from Carrie.
As an interior designer, if we're using the word ethos, I'm checked out. I don't want to hear it. There's a podcast. The girl she's not even an interior designer, and she has a very successful interior design podcast. And I quit listening to her because every single episode, no less 5, 6, 7 times, she would drop the word ethos, 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 ethos. Let's be real. Your client doesn't know what the word ethos means. You don't know what it means. Let's start talking real information to our clients. Be relatable, be personable. Don't use big words. Nobody cares. Okay. Quit trying to make yourself sound like we're something that's greater than we are. We are interior designers. We're making beautiful spaces. Let's just use real words. But if you're using the word ethos, I'm done. I've checked out. I'm done.
Carrie has some thoughts for us, and I don't completely disagree with the word ethos becoming like the new organic or authentic. Like it kind of
Authentic
gives
is
me
a
a
big
little
one.
ick. Like,
But to
what do
her
you
point,
think?
I know what authentic means, and I did have to like just Google and get my AI overview of what ethos does mean because I was thinking of it in the terms of like ethics, I guess, when she first said it. But it
Yeah.
does refer to guiding beliefs, values, or character of a person, group, or culture. So I guess I was kind of right.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't really translate to our work necessarily because, like, I don't ask about okay, this is a whole separate thing, but I don't ask about somebody's, like, ethics when I'm doing an intake. It could factor in, I guess, but
It's become like almost like a luxury buzzword
ooh,
is like
like,
how I feel about
bespoke.
it. Yes. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, if everyone's gonna like, we can just use words like custom furniture instead of bespoke furniture. It's just a different vibe. But ethos, what in what scenario do I need to be using the word ethos? Like as a designer, I don't know that unless I'm like everything I do is wabi sabi. Okay, I get it. We
Mm,
really got to lock in on a philosophy and a material choice and like I could see that guiding me if I was very niche.
right,
But
or,
like
like, really into, like, environmentally friendly design like that. That
yeah.
is an
But
ethos that really, like, is a through line through a lot of somebody's belief systems.
I kind of like what she's saying about how It how many times we need to mention it before it's just a filler word? Like, or so, or, it just becomes a word that loses its meaning the more and more we say it. It gets confusing about what you're referring to exactly.
And it's just I guess, pretentious.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
A
feel that way
pretentious
too.
filler.
I
Okay,
like
well,
using
I'm gonna
relatable words. I would use like
I agree.
our design philosophy is blah 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 blah, or the vibe and I might say like the vibe of your home is we're setting up around this. Like the vibe is relaxed. It's more
Which I
bohemian
can
than
see the
beach.
word
Like
vibe being very triggering to certain people too,
right. Oh my god. Yeah.
but I personally can't really find like an alternative.
Yeah,
So maybe
usually
vibe is our ethos. Shit.
it might be. Is vibe
Some
not
people
good
hate
either?
vibe.
Like, I know.
I
But the
remember
vibes
being in
are immaculate.
a meeting with a branding client 8+ years ago, and vibe was already triggering to them. But she's
I
very like
mean,
LA chic girl that was in the meeting.
yeah, maybe vibe could go too, but vibe feels more accurate than ethos. And
I at least know
I
what
think
it
I'd pick
means.
that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm okay.
I say vibe.
Yeah. This is a
Okay,
good one.
thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Carrie.
Carrie. Okay. I think I brought this up last year. I don't know if it was a just stop or not, but it's come up again to me organically. I need to just stop working in July. Like, I really do. It's pointless. I
Like you're
really
fighting uphill.
the vibes aren't right in so
It
many
doesn't go with my
ways.
ethos for the summer.
It really doesn't. Like, okay, I was talking to my bookkeeper this morning and I was just telling her, like, yeah, I really got to get some more work drummed up. I just don't feel like doing it. Like, I have been off
Yeah.
Instagram all month already, most of June too. I just can't bring myself to fucking do it. And but I need work. And then my bookkeeper was like, just so you know, all of my clients are in the same situation right now. Like, it's quiet
Mm-hmm.
out there, which I think, yes, in general, I think 2025 has been quiet for a lot of us.
Yeah.
But I also think July is just quiet. Like, even my existing clients, they take like a week or two to reply. Like, they're just
Oh my God.
out and about. Like, there's
Yes.
just no sense of urgency because everyone's like living their living is easy, like summertime.
I mean, it's definitely not though. Like we know that there like a lot of parents like you who are fighting around like childcare and work and all the things, and it's
But
just
there
like,
is a big like ennui, like overtone. There just no one's bothered to give a shit. Like
I agree.
my kid doesn't want to go to bed. Like I know I'm in a different phase of life. Like I'm not in like baby toddler land, which is definitely a different energy. But, like, my kid's, like, in that tween age where she doesn't wanna move until 10 a.m., so it's just pulling teeth to get anywhere in the morning. It's makes me not wanna do anything, and then I'm like, "Why shouldn't I have just decided this and just made it what we're doing instead of" now I feel guilty. So, like,
Yes.
I'm, like, going slower than I used to. I'm not, like, quick on the updates to things like I normally am, and I feel
Yeah.
guilty about it, but it's also like, I gotta get her to swim practice some days, like, I gotta she's only there for an hour, so now my
Hmm.
10 to 11:30 is blocked, and then it just
And
all
that's like a prime
feels
get stuff done time if you were at full speed. Those would be
yeah.
like get my day going types of times.
Yeah, and then, like, I don't know. So I talked about this, I know, thinking about it last year of like maybe just 1 week a month where I'm just taking it off officially all summer, but I really think it's July. I feel like August, people are back to school energy, like that feeling is part
Hmm.
of like the culture. Even if you're not getting a kid back to school, like everyone's like kind of becoming their best little ant selves versus like the grasshopper mentality of the summer.
Like we gotta, okay, great. Let's get back to work. Let's start getting stuff dialed
And, like,
in.
you
School's
want
gonna
to. I feel
start.
like
Like,
there's something, like, in our biology that it's like, "We gotta prepare for winter." Like, I don't know. I
oh
do
yeah, like
think
our little squirrel brain kicks in
yeah,
and like,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's, like,
yeah.
biological. So, I'm saying it now, I'm saying it publicly, I'm gonna actually put it on my calendar for March 1st, 2026, just stop working in July. So, I'm gonna, like, start it then of, like, whatever I need to do
What
of,
happens
like,
in March? Like March will be like a
don't
plan for
take
July to not.
Don't take jobs that are gonna, like, book you up in July, like, just let that people know, like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not here in July."
I agree that it would be smart to tell people way ahead in the year Like, hey, just let you know, our studio closes for the month of July. We'll make progress up to a certain point, and then when we get back, we'll start again. Just know that that's gonna adjust your timeline. If you're cool, let's go. If not, like,
And to take Instagram off and not feel guilty about it, like, I should be doing something, like, that feeling, it's just
uh-huh.
it's just a terrible feeling when you just don't want to, but you know you will again.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, give yourself a break.
I think I've told you that I've been doing summer Fridays, and because I planned it very last minute this year, guys, I was I'm still very busy, but at the beginning of the year, a lot was changing for me at home. My divorce was starting, like all of that. And I never really got to the pre-planning time like you're talking about, where you're like, oh yeah, block out those days. And so now I've been able to get them added. And it really has been a relief to try to work the first couple, like sometimes I still have stuff that got booked. I've got to do it anyway. And I'll still do those meetings in the morning or if I've had calls in the afternoon, but it has been helpful to block out the ones that were already blocked as we've gotten further into the summer. July is like a prime slow month for that. I feel like January, February is also kind of historically very slow for most designers too. So I think it makes sense to look at those low times for ourselves and our own mental health and like plan to just instead of sitting at our desks worrying about what we're supposed to be doing, take the time off and rest and get our energy.
Yeah, so let's just, like, put something on so that's what I have to do is I have to put it on my calendar so I don't forget and then, like, wake up July 1st like, "Oh, fuck, I can't get out of this now." So,
Yeah.
'kay.
Very good. I want it for you. I'm going to check in with you next March. Um, okay. This other one is one that's like come to me recently. And I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I am like slowly deprogramming a little bit of like this hustle and responsiveness, and it's kind of based on what you're talking about too, but a lot of it for me has been like, let's just stop having so many notifications and alerts constantly
Yeah.
coming at us. Like like I don't do well with that anyway, but I
Like, you
have
already blocked everything, I thought.
oh my God, I have done so much, but it's been a very big realization of how much of this is artificial. Like this sense of urgency, the need to respond, the instant access. Like
Yeah.
it's just too much. And I realized like I reached a sensitivity point where I've started reducing screen time. I don't have text alerts on my phone anymore. Like nothing buzzes through. The only thing that will ring through is people in my emergency contacts, like certain people can still ding through on my phone, but nothing else will ding through. So phone calls will ring through. That's fine, but I don't get any more email alerts. Like there's no little badges that are counting in red and making me anxious anymore. Like those are gone. And all the apps,
Okay.
no alerts from any apps, no badges from any apps, like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're, like, sensitive to feeling like you need to do like, I think
Yeah.
what
It's
I
like a
always say
demand thing.
I get that, and I feel I have the same thing, except I am kind of comfortable blowing things off. Like, so it doesn't
And
trigger me to respond
yeah, that's
because
true.
my rebel, like, comes out, we're like, "Oh, I didn't ask you to text me just now, like, I don't need to respond till tomorrow."
Yeah. Like, so
Like, I
it
will
has,
respond, but it's, like, not on the immediate timeline, like, I treat them like emails sometimes.
yeah. And I know this probably feels like really rudimentary. And I hear that's why I'm saying it as my just stop is that
Just
I
stop what?
created that. Just stop having so many alerts and notifications and things that are like creating small, like micro demands for yourself. If
Yeah.
you find that you're triggered by those, get
Yeah.
rid of them. Like, there's this like fake impression that's been created that everybody is just running around wanting that, needing that, and operating with it. And I know it's not true. I have just always kind of felt like pushed forward by those things. And of late, especially in the last like 8 months or so, even towards the end of last year, I was trying to figure out how do I get rid of a lot of this. And I thought the answer was let me just have two separate phones And I remember talking about that at the turn of the year. And I do think that part of this that's made it possible for me to continue without a work phone and a personal phone has been stopping the alerts, stopping the badges, stopping the notifications.
But you can't stop the badges on texts, can you?
Mm-hmm. You can turn off your, like the ones that pop up at the top on the iPhone, like those little badge
Oh,
things.
no, but you still see the red dot.
No, the red dots don't. Only now I don't get red dot. Now only when I open the messages app, then I see the blue dots next to new messages. No more
How do you
red
get the
dots
red
on the
dot
home
off
screen.
of the home screen for text?
It's on the notifications settings.
Mm.
I don't
I was
have.
in a group. Okay, I was in a group chat like a month ago, going to my friend's party in Cancun with 18 people. If anyone's listening, I love all of you. But there was a lot of unnecessary reply all type of responses.
Oh, do you ever mute text groups?
But they still show you the red fucking dot. I always
I don't
it
have
was
anybody
muted
showing.
immediately.
I'll find
But
out where I did it.
there was no way for me to say, "Don't notify me ever." Like, I will go in when I need information. I finally had to leave it. And I told
don't
them
have
on the
any.
trip, I'm like, "I'm leaving this the second this trip is over." And I gave it, like, another 2 days, and I'm like, "I'm sorry." Like, it says probably Rebecca's left this conversation, but, like, there's just too much love in the group that they wanted to express with each
Oh,
other.
I know. And you're
And
like, you guys, like, write a
but, like,
letter, send a thank you note. Like,
or send a private text. I don't know. I was such an asshole about it, but you would have
so
died.
I think you have to turn off, because for me, I had to turn off all of it. So under my
Okay.
settings for notifications, I had to go into the messages
In the
app.
main setting. Okay. Well,
Like I
I
had to
do
go
that.
into that. I had to go into that app, like the messages app settings, and toggle off all of it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'm glad that was working for you, but that's too extreme for me. Because
Yeah.
I don't get notifications like buzzing in my phone all day. And if I didn't have those, I probably would never look.
See, and I think I'm still learning, because I am trying to be cognizant now of like, oh, it's been an hour. Do you want to check it? Like,
Yeah, or I would be looking
and
all the time too. It could be the other.
yeah, I don't think I have it 100% figured out, but I can say that removing the red dots, I wish they would just. I know
I
red
wish
is
you
like
could
they
do
want
it
you to see
per
it. Like,
conversation. Like, that would solve all these group
ooh,
thread issues. Like, just
yeah,
mute me, keep me in it. I'll go in periodically, but I don't need to know.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
But,
been shutting off more of those. They're
I
helpful.
just ignore stuff. Unless it's important. But if it's like, I've been in
I
like
hear
designer
you.
groups with you guys, like, and sometimes you guys want to engage about stuff that I don't need to at this juncture. And it's
Or
not like
it's like
somebody needs me.
overwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like there was a time when I was on that group thread from the Cancun trip. There's a lot of activity in our designer thread. There's just like, okay,
too
this is
much.
all like extra credit stuff that I just don't need, but I couldn't get it off. It's annoying.
Yeah, I
So
know.
everyone was
But
left on red.
I love this for you. I really do. Like,
Well, but I agree. Like, we all need to protect our mental health in those ways because, yeah, it's honestly endless the amount of
yeah.
like ways people can get at us.
And it's just constantly coming to
And
you.
there's just
And
a time and a place. Like, if you're just in a day where like I just cannot be distracted and I just don't have the mental bandwidth, then you should be able to like silo your attention.
yeah. And I'm working on it. That's my little journey on that. So
Good.
should we roll to another designer submission?
Yeah.
Hey, hotties. If you love the show and wish we'd name names, or you want to hear even spicier design rants, then you're going to want to join our loyal hotties on Patreon.
For just $20 a month, you'll get access to exclusive episodes, including our process party episodes where we can share screens, do business deep dives, and join us in our monthly live hottie hangouts. There we talk shop, share wins, and sometimes overshare.
Yeah, you'll also get 20% off of all of our business tools and templates in our shop and access to our private Facebook community. That's where we really get to share some juicy extras that we don't post anywhere else.
And just so you know, the Hot Young Designers Club is made possible by listeners like you. So thank you for being part of this community.
Come hang out with us. Become a loyal hottie today at patreon.com/HYDC. Okay, this one comes from Lisa Carolla from Fish & Co. in San Diego.
Babes, gather round. I'm gonna need you to come in close. Closer. We need to stop yucking the yum of other designers in the comments of their posts. If you see a photo of another designer's work and the power of Christ is compelling you to say something mean about it with your fat little thumbs on that keyboard, you need to stop. I can guarantee you that Kelly Wursler is not up in the comments being like, oh my God, that tile is going to be so hard to clean. I would have never specified that. You know why? Because that rich bitch is rolling in her piles of money. That's what we should be doing too. I don't care if you're NCIDQ, LMNOP, or ASID, LOL, certified member, whatever. The next time you see a chandelier hanging over a bathtub and you want to call out electrical code violation, stop. Do you want to put a little smirky face emoji on someone doing an accent wall? Stop it. Just because you're not smart enough to make it work doesn't mean that you need to yuck someone else's yum. Style, grace, and class are chasing you, girl, but you are running too fast. Okay, love you, bye.
I mean, obviously, we fully agree.
Yes.
I mean, that's when you need your designer bestie. Like, I mean, we'll share some shade privately between us sometimes. Like,
Yes.
you need to ask questions sometimes, but
Yes.
I would never, even if it's Kelly Wursler, the queen herself, I would never publicly tear down another designer's work. That's so rude.
And and like, especially in a forum where it's like documented in a way, it just like,
Yeah.
is that the look you want for you? Like, I don't know. I'm still in the, if you don't have anything nice to say,
Say it
just
to your
don't.
friend.
Come sit by me. I don't want it to be public, but there are times like, find your designer friends, because they're the ones who, like, when something doesn't look right in your designs and you're talking with them, like, instead of it being, I've already done this project and now I can't change that chandelier, it can be conversations among your design colleagues and your friends where you go, oh, is this weird? Like, I don't know about that. And we've had stuff where we look at spaces and you'll say to me, like, well, what are you doing over here? Like, and it's not a
Yeah.
pointed question. We just,
No, like,
hey,
I'm sure you're
I'm
thinking
looking at
about
that
it.
spot. Yeah, yeah. Or it's like I'll let you tell me you're thinking something, or you go, well, it might be weird if you're going to finish the window treatment there. Like, think about that.
Right.
And it comes across as like constructive help, that your eyes
Or
are on
like,
something.
it's a totally different thing when a designer is saying like, hey, I'm stuck. What do I do? Like,
Yes.
we went and looked at our friend's big project she's been working on for years, and she had on one window an issue of how she was going to do window treatments, for example. And we just helped her brainstorm it. Not like, I can't believe you didn't think about
Oh
that.
my God,
Like,
yeah.
no, because it's
Ha-
beautiful. Like,
yeah.
there's so many things that go into design, including clients, architects. Like, we don't get to just do whatever we want. We're solving problems most of the time.
Right.
And I do
And
think, go ahead.
God. Ooh, we're
Well, I
both
do
hot.
think
Go
some,
ahead.
I do think some of those commenters, I think that stuff she's talking about is
Mhm.
real rampant in those, and like those kitchen and bath groups where people do have the LOL at the end of their name or
Oh
whatever.
my God, yeah.
And because they're highly technical designers and their technique is probably what they're selling to clients, and no
Right.
one's bashing that, but maybe experimentation and creativity isn't part of their ethos.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah. I'm honestly, Lisa, you're welcome back on the show anytime. Like, get your list together. If it's just like a whole episode with you, like,
I feel like I could do a whole episode on Facebook groups.
oh man, just stop. Just stop
But
all Facebook group.
just be nice. Like,
Nasty comments and
we're all working through all kinds of stuff. Like, you don't
Mhm.
know what's going on behind the scenes, and everyone's just trying to do it the best they can.
Exactly. We're all just doing the best. What's the manifestation? One of our hotties shared it with me. It's life is not a critique, not on them, not on me. Like, we don't have to critique each other. Like, I don't need to critique them. They don't need to critique me. Life is not about doing this. Like, we don't We don't need to do this to each other. We can just be nice, or we can just not put that into the universe at all. Like,
Yeah, because it kind of reminded me when you were saying that like phrase, not my circus, not my monkeys, which is an annoying just stop kind of a phrase, but it's kind of that
yes,
too. Like, it's none of your business. Like, you don't need to worry about it. No
I
one's
agree.
asking you. Unless they're asking, no one's asking you.
Uh-huh. Okay. This is good. I'm glad we got that from Lisa. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Okay, so something that's also been like in my craw is this whole I feel like it's a trend of timeless
Mm-hmm.
design.
Okay. Like
Everyone
wanting to
thinks
do timeless design or saying it?
saying it. Well, kind of both. But like I saw on I think it was a TikTok of a wedding photographer. So different industry, but she did this whole post about timeless design and wedding photography. It does not exist. There are so many factors, including lenses, trends in editing, trends in people's like what they're wearing. Like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it's actually impossible to create a truly timeless photo in that way. And everyone who thinks like the wedding of the Parent Trap parents that
Oh.
wasn't fucking timeless or, like, Father of the Bride. That was not timeless. That looks like it was the '90s. It's beautiful
Mm-hmm.
still. There's a lot of elements that most people would still love to have, but it looks like the time it was made, and there's
I
nothing
agree.
you can do about it. It's the air we're breathing. You can try not to be, like, uber trendy, I guess, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. Like, nothing's gonna last forever. It's
I know.
still
Yeah.
watch what
I
we
know where
talked
you're
about
getting at.
like, we were talking about the Gilded Age, like, that is not timeless design. Is it
Oh my
beautiful
God,
still?
no.
Do I still think it's gorgeous?
Yeah.
Did you see the wedding episode last night?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But I wouldn't live in I personally don't want to live in a house like that
and it
though.
looks like it's 1880. Like, it's not timeless. It's time
Like
stamped.
there's lots of beautiful things that could stay in that, and that's kind of how I look at like our old homes or stuff that we work on is like, hey, some of this made it like 40 years. Like that's good. And if it was well made, it might
Yes.
make it longer. But if
I think that's
it
what I'm
wasn't meant to
saying
last that long.
is
Like,
this idea of timeless versus long living or beauty or well crafted. Like, well, things that are well
yeah.
crafted will have a longer lifespan. But I don't know, that like 80s furniture that everything has like a rounded bullnose
Yes.
edge on it. Some of that's just well made. It's solid oak, but
Yeah.
it is not timeless.
It has not, yeah, it has not stood, and we didn't know it wouldn't stand the test of time. Designers then didn't realize what would or wouldn't stand the test of time. Stuff that made it in Architectural Digest in the 80s might not make it now if it was done exactly the same.
No, stuff that was in Architectural Digest in the '80s was laughable in 2000, but it came back around to 2025 where people like it again. So,
Yeah.
it's not timeless. Things have cycles, things have there's
Mhm.
so it's a trend for some of those things because 'cause they're back, even if it was from 40 years ago. But
And
the
we get tired of
trend
stuff.
Yes.
Like, that's not even a trend. We just, as people, are like, I'm tired of living in this room. It's been 10 years and it's been blue, and now I want it to be green. Or we got to do touch ups anyway. Let's freshen it up a little bit. Like, this is normal living in a home stuff. So,
I think it's
yeah.
on us to try to design in a way that people are not gonna be tired of it in 5 years. Like, I do
Hmm.
know that that is a responsibility, or it's easy
Sure.
to switch out or update or whatever, or
Yeah.
you're doing something that's kind of trendy, like, I don't know, the chevron of it all, like,
Oh, yeah. If
did
you
we
were,
know? I don't know. But did you know you were buying a $15 rug at Walmart at the time? Yes. So did you think it was gonna last forever? Probably not.
yes, that's very fair. Honestly, yes. Very fair.
I don't know, and then also, like, I feel like this comes a lot from traditional designers, which I love it all, it's beautiful, like, the work has so much detail, like, there's a ton of
Hmm.
craft and, like, quality to it. But I think, honestly, what they need to be saying is they do traditional design, because
Yes.
traditional does not equal timeless.
Right. That's
And
true.
that's
Not
what
for
they're
everybody.
saying.
Mhm.
No.
They're saying what will stand the test of time is only traditional design, is
Yes.
usually the implication. Yeah.
But if you look at like 1920s, 30s Bauhaus, that shit's 100 years old. It has stood the test of time in some people's design aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
not
was
for
thinking about that,
everybody.
about a Le Corbusier like case study house or something like that. It's still a very appealing style of home. The interiors may need to be different, but like there are major elements to that that are still very universally appealing and we'd maybe consider them timeless. But when they came out,
They
no
were
one would have called that
avant-garde.
timeless. Yeah.
No, they were avant-garde, and they were intentionally opposite of traditional. So, I don't know. I just have this, like, little trigger for people to say that they design timeless, because you can't. We can't. There's so much we cannot be aware of when you're swimming in the sea. Like, you can't feel the water, like, if you're a fish in the sea.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
breathing air. We don't always know that we're breathing. Sometimes we do, but and as
It just
designers, we
happens.
try. But yeah, like, I don't know. Just
I
be careful. And don't be judgy about it. I think that's the other part that I don't
yeah.
like.
It's like if timeless is just being used as another word to describe traditional, just say traditional. And kind
Yes.
of going back to like Lisa, where she's saying like earlier, Carrie's submission is talking about like, can we just pick a better word? Like if you mean this, say this. And if you're talking about we do traditional or we do neutral,
Or
it's
we
okay to say we do
design with
neutral. Like,
longevity in mind. Like, we want this to stand the test of time from a, like, quality standpoint. Like, the doors aren't going to
sure.
fall off in 2 years.
Yeah, agreed. This is a good one. I didn't write this one, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Are you talking about the difference between a principal, PAL, versus principal, PLE designer? And
Are
that
you
might just
sure you
be
didn't
like,
write that? That's very Sean coded.
is that fair? Okay, well, fair enough.
I
We
think it
write
was
these
a long time
lists.
ago.
We write these lists like sometimes a long time in advance before we have enough for an episode. And there's a lot of websites, a lot of Instagrams, a lot of everything. They're using
Well,
the wrong word, principal
version.
designer. Yeah.
I think that's like one of those things spell check doesn't catch, because
Yeah, because the
technically
word is right.
it's like capital and capital.
If you're like Principal Smith at a school, like, I don't
That's the
know.
only time that principal with an LE is right?
Or it would, instead of a pronoun, you're describing your principles, like things that I
Oh, your
personally hold
ethos.
myself to. Yeah, my ethos. Yes. I am a principled designer. I have principles. But if I am the like lead creative or the main creative of something, it's principal with PAL at the end.
Right.
And like just double check where you've written that, y'all. Like it's just a little thing that it
That's one
makes
of
a
those that
difference.
doesn't stand out to me, because I feel like I always have to look. The same with, what is the other one that's like that? Oh, I'll think of it. My trigger, though, spelling that everyone fucking spells wrong is lose versus loose. I see it constantly. Every single Instagram that anyone says lose or looser,
Do you think
they spell it with
autocorrect?
two. No.
Oh, it's like too
I
much
think
to
it's
be
actually
autocorrect.
technically correct in some, like, I don't know, maybe in like standard English or something, and maybe it's
Oh,
correct, but
like the Queen's
not
English?
maybe. But
Okay.
loser has one O, just everybody.
And it will never be looser. That if you spell it with one O,
It's a
I
different
won't
meaning.
pronounce it looser. If you say we take a loose, yeah, you'd be like we take a loser design approach instead of looser design approach.
Right. Like, it has a very like different meaning.
Exactly.
And also stationary is another one. But I do have a trick for stationary, because I was a graphic designer, so we mentioned stationary a lot.
Like stationary, the paper
Standing
goods.
still versus, the business card. So stationary with an E has an envelope. E for envelope is how you remember that. So if you're talking about paper goods, it has an E.
Oh, interesting. And that would probably be also something that doesn't get caught by spell check unless like the words and things around it are odd. Like,
And it's probably not something that designers talk about a lot, or interior designers versus graphic designers, but
is this one of those things where it's like also going to be kind of like a Gone with the Wind situation on
like no one cares
stationery?
about
Like,
spelling. Oh,
or no one cares about stationery anymore. Like because I feel like stationery is also moving into that. This is not your point, but it's like moving into that I'm signaling wealth, or I'm signaling like my brand elevation with like
like I
what I
just
put out there.
waste paper.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe, but like
But
hotels
back to like
having a
tactile,
branded
yeah.
notebook or like those types of things, they've definitely moved as an upmarket thing because stationery is typically not used by sort of like your layman anymore. Like they don't need it in
Right.
most of their lives. And so now it's turned into a special thing that's totally different
But at
train
the
of
same
thought.
time,
But
it's actually easier to get custom things, which is kind of funny. Like it's easier and less
that's
expensive to
true.
get like your own custom personal stationery, but
And
no
like,
one
yeah,
uses it.
deckled papers are cheaper now than they would have been 100 years ago. Like custom papers were really a sign of wealth, or specialty papers. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's double check our words out there. Let's do our last hottie submission.
Yeah. Next, we have Rebecca Merritt. She is out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and her company is Merritt Design Co.
Okay, something that really gets under my skin would have to be these designers that are just not even valuing their time and their energy. Like in the virtual design world, you'll see designers that will literally furnish an entire home and do light remodels for, it would be like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or even a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And they'll charge only $700, $800. It's crazy in design fees. Maybe they're getting some markup from affiliate links, but it's not that much, right? It's like 5-10%. So it really irks me. And I see it in full design world as well, where just people don't value themselves. It's like you can't charge $1 a square foot and make a living off of that. I don't understand how people are surviving. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's just stop.
The fees of it all. This reminds me of when I saw that woman on TikTok who was like, we definitely talked about this on the show, where she was describing what she does and for how much. And what I calculated something wacky. Like it was like if she wanted to make $50,000 a year, she would have to do a minimum of like X number of these
Like
types of
10 a
rooms.
day.
Yeah. And it's just like, girl, there's not enough hours in a day to design a whole room like this. So how are
And
you doing a
that-
whole living room? Like,
And that girl, her whole thing was about bashing.
design should be accessible.
Yeah, like bashing interior designers as rip-off artists for having the gall to charge so much.
I would never say to my cabinet maker, how dare you like ask for this dollar amount in order to create a living for yourself. Like I wouldn't say that. I agree that some prices are very inaccessible. Like you and I both we agree on things like that. There's levels to this, but there's a minimum survivable level for designers. And I definitely think that this scale is just, it's very hard to make a living like that. And it devalues a lot of other designers.
Yes, that. It devalues. It's like sinking all ships, like whatever the phrase is. It's the
Yeah.
opposite of that. And yeah, it's misinformation.
It's just,
And
it's not
dangerous.
realistic. If you, and we've talked about how we started. Like we started at different rates with different clients. Every project in the beginning, I was like raising my rates. And I think my first client was $25 an hour. And I was still in school. I was in design school. I was doing it with a friend. And there were like, there were caveats to why I was charging like that. But I know what Rebecca is
You also
talking about
weren't
in her
advertising
submission.
it.
Yeah, like Rebecca's sharing that, like, this is people who are like putting proposals out and sharing it. And that's a rough go. And I think those rates would be really hard to create a sustainable living around if you were having to work full time.
Also, I might add, if anybody's listening who's doing that, you are probably losing better clients because they're seeing that number and being like, "Oh, this person doesn't know what they're doing."
Or they're
It's
brand
like,
new.
well, I would never get a haircut from someone who charged $35. Like, that's a
Oh
bad
yeah,
haircut.
I wouldn't go to the supercuts. Like, I've
Yeah,
moved
like I
on
take
from that.
my kid there, she gets a $25 haircut because it's just a trim and she's 10. But I'm not gonna let them touch my hair or wax
Right.
my eyebrows. Hell no.
Yeah. I think it would be worth, if you are one of those designers, to experiment with some higher numbers and start seeing what happens, because I think you'd be surprised that there are a lot of people who will say yes and put more time back into your life. Like, by charging more, you will not have to
There's
be hustling so
plenty
hard.
there's plenty of information about that, perceived value. Like,
Mm.
I always think of this story. My husband is, like, the opposite. So I remember he brought home this bread from Whole Foods once that was, like, it wasn't even gluten-free. It was, like, everything free. It was, like, just tasteless, hard
Oh.
cardboard. And it was like $12. So he just looked at the cost, $12.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
this is probably some good shit. And it was
Not.
just like very specialty for certain people who needed that and thought, like, for me, I would just skip bread. But yeah, sometimes you could just people assume that a higher price means higher value, lower price, lower value. So think about that.
I'm with you. Yeah, I agree with, just stop undercharging and
It's
or
bad for all
undervaluing
of us
yourself.
and all of us. Yes, thank you, Rebecca.
If I heard about a designer in my area who was doing something like that, I would also be like, I would be frustrated by that. Because I know that in the short term it's not actually helping them. In the long term, it's harming our broader community. And we would say the same thing of a contractor. If I got 3 bids that were all over 200,000 and one comes in at 100,000, I'm going to say, well, what's wrong with yours and what didn't you include? So yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's like a
pricing
scam.
conversation.
I'm actually, like, would be dismissive of that. If somebody was trying to charge $500 for something I was gonna charge 5,000 for, I'd be like, "Oh, we're not doing the same thing. It's not apples to apples."
Yeah, like, I don't know what's on their scope of work, but it's not the stuff I'm gonna do for
That's
you.
Yeah, actually, that happened in my design group. One of my friends had heard from a client, she did not get the project, heard from a client that a different designer had charged a lot less in their proposal. And we were trying to figure out, like, how are they getting away with this? And my
Um,
assumption, and we still I don't know what the answer is, but my assumption is it wasn't apples to apples. Like, the scope of work was not the same.
like, it was cut down or something, like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's no way. My first assumption is usually to say we're not looking at the same things. Like, there's
Yeah.
something I'm considering that they haven't, and I
Or I'm
usually feel
just
like
doing more.
yeah, there's, like, I'm gonna get more deliverables to them. I'm gonna be involved longer or something like that, but,
Yeah, you have more of
find
my
your
time.
differentiators. Like, if there's a reason why something needs to be cheaper, sure, but if not, like, let's charge what we're worth, designers.
Yeah, maybe you've written a ChatGPT script that you can just have your client fill out a form and you can embed that into ChatGPT and it's going to spit something out. Okay, charge $500 for that. Like, they get
Oh, yeah,
get
yeah, interesting,
no
uh-huh.
edits, like, fine, but that's not what the rest of us are considering a full service project, so
Exactly, exactly. Ooh, this
yeah.
is fun.
I love hearing from the hotties. Okay, so the rest of you, come on.
Like,
You
give
know,
us your submissions. We've got it linked on our Instagram, the submissions page.
and the more that we get, the faster we could probably do more of these.
Oh, I would love to do more just stops. Actually, I would love to do more with only hottie submissions too, because
Ooh.
I would love to get a ton of them. So if you're following us on Instagram already, great. Otherwise, if you're new to it, you need to type Hot Young Designers Club, all one word, no spaces. Instagram, yes, we know. Thank you, hotties. There's like Instagram sometimes has got some content things, and get our links in there. Follow us. head to our website. You can get to our Instagram there. In our bio, you can submit. There's a short form. You tell us how we're going to keep you anonymous or not, depending on what you want. And we'd love to get more from you all.
All right.
Until next time.
Stay hot, designers.
Thanks for listening to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
For more on what we talked about today, check out the show notes.
Your support helps us grow, so share with your design besties.
And subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
Our conversations continue on Instagram.
And be sure to download our monthly resources on our website and our Patreon.